Imagine watching a friend trip and fall. You might wince, feeling a pang of discomfort, even though you're perfectly fine. Why do we, as humans, feel empathy? What is it that triggers us to experience someone else's emotions as our own? Let's explore the fascinating science behind empathy, where it comes from, why we feel it, and whether it's unique to us as humans. What is empathy? Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Psychologists have broken it down into two key types: emotional empathy and cognitive empathy. Emotional empathy is what we feel when we directly share someone else's emotion. For example, when you see someone crying, you might feel sadness too. Cognitive empathy, on the other hand, is more about understanding what someone else is feeling rather than actually sharing that emotion. It's like watching a movie and knowing why a character is sad even if you're not crying along with them. Both types of empathy help us connect with others, but they work differently. Emotional empathy allows us to feel compassion and concern, which often drives us to help. Cognitive empathy, meanwhile, helps us understand why others act the way they do, giving us insight into their thoughts and emotions. How empathy works in the brain. So, what happens in our brain when we empathize? Scientists believe it involves something called mirror neurons. These neurons fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action. This creates a kind of internal simulation, allowing us to mirror the emotions or experiences of others. For example, if you see someone get a paper cut, your brain might activate as if you are the one getting hurt, even though you haven't been touched. This shared neural response helps explain why watching others suffer can make us feel discomfort or pain ourselves. It's our brain's way of connecting with others on a deeper emotional level. But empathy is more than just a reflex, it also involves higher level thinking. Another part of our brain, the medial prefrontal cortex, helps us understand and interpret the emotions of others. This is where the theory of mind comes in, allowing us to imagine what someone else is thinking or feeling even if we haven't experienced the same thing. Is empathy unique to humans? You might be wondering, are humans the only creatures that empathize? Many animals show signs of empathy. Rats, for example, have been shown to freeze up after watching another rat receive a shock, especially if they themselves have experienced the same thing before. In fact, empathy may have evolved as a survival tool. It's easier for social creatures like us to survive when we can understand and support each other. Some scientists believe empathy is deeply tied to cooperation, which is crucial for living in groups. However, human empathy stands out because we can combine both emotional and cognitive empathy. While animals might share another's distress, humans also have the ability to think about why someone is feeling the way they do. This higher level understanding allows us to not only react emotionally but also to act compassionately. Why do we empathize? Empathy is essential for forming social bonds and maintaining relationships. It helps us connect with family, friends, and even strangers. Psychologists have found that people with higher levels of empathy often report more fulfilling relationships and stronger social circles. Empathy also plays a crucial role in altruism, that is, the willingness to help others even when it's not in our best interest. When we see someone in distress, we often feel compelled to help, not because it benefits us, but because we can feel their pain. Whether it's offering a comforting word or taking action to alleviate someone's suffering, it motivates us to build a more compassionate society. The challenges of empathy. Empathy isn't always easy. Our ability to empathize can be influenced by biases such as racial, cultural, or religious differences. This can create what's known as empathy gap, where it's harder to feel for someone else who seems different from us. Even more challenging are some conditions such as antisocial personality disorder, which involves a lack of empathy. People with these conditions may struggle to connect emotionally with others, making relationships and social interactions difficult. However, research suggests that with effort and practice, empathy can be cultivated and strengthened. Empathy is a powerful emotion that connects us to others, whether we are sharing someone's joy or their sorrow. It helps us build relationships, understand others, and even drives us to act with kindness and compassion. While it's a complex mix of biology and learned behavior, empathy is fundamental to being human, and it's something we can all continue to nurture in our daily lives. If you found this exploration of empathy fascinating, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.